remember that song, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, right? Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. Y'all wasn't listening for real. Meet Billie Jean, Michael Jackson's stalker. You see, Michael Jackson had a problem. He had many stalkers, but Billie Jean was different. You see, in Billie Jean's mind, her and Michael Jackson were already together. He just didn't know it yet. But to understand what I mean, first we got to go back a little bit. Back to before Michael Jackson made Billie Jean, and back to when, listen closely, Billie Jean's name was LaVon Muhammad. You'll see why she changed her name in a little bit. So, LaVon chilling in the crib, she said, man, what my man doing? So she sends Michael Jackson letters trying to figure out what he all about. She said, yo, babe, like, what you on? But Michael Jackson received so many letters, especially love letters, he's not going to reply back. So LaVon pulls up to Michael Jackson's crib. She pulled up to his crib many times. She pulled up, she said, hey, yo, Mike! Somebody pulled up to her. They said, girl, what you here for? She said, no, my man, Michael Jackson in there. The person said, girl, what a coincidence. Michael Jackson's my man too. How long y'all been together? LaVon said, what? She said, yeah, girl, I've been together with Mike for about going on 3 years. That person over there been together with Mike. How long you been together with Mike, Shirley? She said, about 2 years. See, what LaVon didn't understand was Michael Jackson had so many people claiming to be Michael Jackson's husband or wife that his lawyers had a category called Del Spouse, meaning delusional spouse. But what did I tell you about LaVon? She was different. So here's where things start to get wicked. LaVon said, I bet. Let me just send Michael Jackson his present. So Michael chilling in the crib. He getting a bunch of letters, fan mail, and he loved reading fan mail. He said, wow, this one's nice. This one's really nice. Oh, which one is that? It looks like a present. They say, yeah, Mike, it looks like it's from somebody named LaVon. Go ahead, open it. Michael opens it. He says, Jeepers Creepers. It was a loaded and a letter that said, on this day, yourself. I'm going to myself too. I got your kid with me. Michael's people said, hey, yo, they immediately filed a restraining order against LaVon. And this event, as you can imagine, gave Michael Jackson nightmares. Now, this is actually not what made Michael Jackson write the song Billie Jean. Many people tried to find the Billie Jean throughout Michael Jackson's life, but Michael Jackson always explained Billie Jean was not about one person. It's about all the collection of women who throughout Michael Jackson's upbringing went after him and his brothers, saying that, they got his kid and all that. So Michael Jackson did not write that song about LaVon Muhammad. So 2 years later, Michael Jackson's lawyers pull up to him. They said, don't worry, Michael Jackson, that restraining order against LaVon, the person who sent you is still in action. Michael said, who? Boy, I'm trying to make this music and count my paper. Besides, I'm from Gary, Indiana, Playboy. Michael Jackson's voice can get pretty deep. He said, I seen a strap or two. Come on, let's hit the studio, man. So Michael hit the studio. Quincy said, man, look, all these girls after you must be kind of getting to you a little bit. Mike said, you know what, to be honest, it really has. I be calling these girls in my head Billie Jean. Like, she's not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I'm the one. You know what I mean? But the kid is not my son. Quincy said, I feel you, Mike, but you need to record that. Michael said, who do you think I am? I ain't one of these little artists. I've been recorded that. Quincy said, Mike had the mic the whole time. Mike said, man, put a beat on it and it's a rap. The song Billie Jean was born, and here's where things started to get wickeder. LaVon heard the lyrics and she said, oh, Mike must be talking about me, but he must have just got my name wrong. So I'm going to change my name from LaVon Muhammad to Billie Jean. She begins to go by Billie Jean. She continuously stops by Michael Jackson's house. She even has her kids with her standing outside of Michael Jackson's crib, claiming that the kids were Michael Jackson's kids. She would even build things to Michael Jackson's crib like an $11,000 wedding dress. Michael Jackson's lawyer said, that's enough. And well, look at the picture closely. She's in a jumpsuit. Remember, she had a restraining order against her. So they said, stamp it up. The judge said, come on, girl, come on. She looked at her lawyer. She said, boy, can you believe this? The lawyer said, I know, right, girl? The lawyer looked at the judge and said, she's delusional. She said, oh, you a op? Her lawyer said, girl, this you? Her lawyer plays her a clip of an interview she did where she said, and I quote, no, y'all confusing the song Billie Jean. Michael Jackson said, Billie Jean's not my lover because I'm not his lover, but he's my lover. You see what I'm saying? Boy, get me out of prison. She said, what's your point? Her lawyer said, hey, yo, Your Honor, she needs help. The judge said, yeah, she can get help from prison. She's going to jail. The lawyer said, no, I wouldn't say all that. Your Honor, look at her eyes. She need help for real. The judge said, the jumpsuits are in the back. You can pick them up over there. So she goes to jail. She gets out and keeps going. She continues to claim that Michael Jackson is her husband. Even after Michael Jackson passed, she claimed that one of Michael Jackson's children's blanket was actually her child. She goes to court for it and everything. The case eventually gets dropped. And well, that's it. sometimes there isn't a happy ending. But as always, RIP to the king of pop.